50 weirdest facts about Fortnite, starting with Epic being sued by their own POI. Yeah, it turns out Coral Castle is a real place, and in 2020, the owners weren't exactly happy about the name, so they took Epic to court. Kind of funny, it's the most hated POI of all time. That is gotta sting. But it's not the only real-life crossover, because in the strangest turn of events, there's actually an official Joe Biden map in Fortnite. You have to go down ice cream slides to find Kamala Harris's sneakers. Still not as weird as the secret rules of Fortnite, because did you know nursery rhymes are banned? Yeah, if you want to publish a creative map, you can't make content for kids or adults, and they specifically say no nursery rhymes and no pole dancing. Really wasn't expected to hear those two things in the same sentence today. And even though you could buy physical copies of the game through bundles like Anime Legends, Fortnite originally had a disc version in 2017, which is now so rare that people have sold it for thousands of dollars. You probably didn't know that 90% of the entire game is mocap. There's clips out there, people dancing with umbrellas, recording the flare gun video, and even creating the default walking animations. We're even more surprised about the story of Benji Fishy and his mom, who was inspired by him being so good at the game that she started her own pro career. Eventually, she got such a reputation, she signed with a professional esports team. Something that definitely wasn't professional is Fortnite Live Norwich, a festival in the UK that claimed to be Fortnite themed, but ended up being a total disaster. Almost 3,000 people attended this thing, which included some archery, a climbing wall, and wait times that lasted hours. But one of the attractions was a cave experience that was actually just a trailer with grass on it. It was so bad that Epic Games sued the organizers, and days later, they went bankrupt. Not as embarrassing as the leaked conversations about Fortnite in court. Yeah, it turns out Peely was a cause for concern. The lawyer asked if there was anything inappropriate about him being naked, and Epic replied, "It's just a banana, ma'am." Doesn't mean the game is completely family friendly. The comics took things way too far. In Zero War, they imagine a Wolverine do the deed, and while they're laying in bed afterwards, they do it again. Now, did you know the John Wick crossover was actually made because of kids harassing Keanu Reeves? Apparently, when the Reaper skin came out, teenagers would not stop going up to Keanu and shouting, "Fortnite guy." Fortnite guy. One of the strangest facts when it comes to llamas was only revealed during a secret collab in Japan. Fortnite did a pop-up event with a Japanese video game store, and it turns out llamas have a hidden knife in their legs. They're also not piñatas like everyone thinks. There's a dead llama on a campfire in the game, and all that's left is the skeleton. I mean, I thought Kalama was dark, but people eat these guys. I mean, could this solve the secret meat in Dirt Burgers mystery? Only the developers truly know the answer, but thankfully, there's a former employee who revealed an amazing story that happened years ago. He was working late at Epic one night and looked out the window to see an empty parking lot, except for one person roller skating around in the dark, Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic. One of the weirdest mistakes Fortnite has ever done is when they accidentally turned the Devourer into a T-Rex. Not kidding, the comics literally show him as a regular old dinosaur. It was an accident that they never fixed. And even though Epic didn't take part in the World Cup last month, that didn't stop them from making an appearance. A player for England spent thousands on a gaming setup that he brought to Qatar in a briefcase just to play Fortnite. It's still not as strange as the outfit that was originally meant to appear in Chapter 2. The Season 5 Battle Pass included Mancake, and while everyone loves him, it turns out there's a different character that was supposed to take his place. And the concept art is the derpiest thing I've ever seen. And that's nothing compared to the time that Fortnite once sold a plain t-shirt with a logo on it for $1,000. It was simply because it was a designer brand. I mean, come on, it's literally just a logo. A collab that had way more effort put into it was the appearance of Mr. Beast Burger at FNCS. But even this went hilariously wrong. Throughout the weekend, the tongue of the burger fell off 3 separate times, and they had to keep gluing it back on. Not as embarrassing as the famous SNL skit from 2018 when they dressed up as Fortnite characters, and looking back on it, it's definitely something.
Am I doing it?
When the Segway emote released a year ago, everyone thought it was pretty funny, but no one realized this was an official collab. We call these things Segways, but that's actually the name of a company who makes them. And even though tornadoes are in the game, it turns out a real-life one isn't enough to stop people from putting their controller down. In 2018, a tornado ripped through a town in North Carolina, and when a teenager's family ran to shelter, he stayed behind to finish his match of Fortnite before joining them. I mean, the game isn't that serious, put it down. Even the voice actors don't take it seriously. There's a deleted blooper for the Foundation where he drops an F-bomb.
I need to start the containment process now. F
There's also been some really weird ads in Asia over the years. One time a Japanese boy band kicked one of their members out, and the first thing they did afterwards was make a Fortnite commercial. Apparently the rabbit hole goes deeper, because in Korea, random posters appeared showing Chris Pratt advertising the game. It has nothing to do with Fortnite. I mean, what is he doing here? One of the most famous characters in Fortnite is Kevin the Cube. He has played a huge role since 2018, and now we've learned that cubes reproduce. In Chapter 2, we watched them have babies together, and I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wish I didn't know that. Now, the game is so popular that Josh Hart from the LA Lakers once brought custom Fortnite sneakers to an actual game. He even warmed up in them and went on to score 10 points. For some reason, there's an entire episode of The Big Bang Theory that is dedicated to Fortnite. The whole plot is one of the characters learning how to play the game, and I'll let you decide what to make of this. Something that had a little bit more production value was the crossover between Universal and Epic Games, when they created an entire short film with Kevin the Cube transporting monsters to the island. Did you know that Fortnite holds a Guinness World Record for the funniest reason? When Google removed them from the Play Store, they created a custom message that appears when you search for the game. It says, "Fortnite is not available," and as a middle finger to Epic, they suggest PUBG Mobile instead. It's not the only ridiculous world record, because at the Paris Games Week, 383 Cuddle Team leaders did a dance routine, and it's probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Still not as bad as Jimmy Fallon's cameo in Fortnite. In 2018, he did a dance challenge of his own, and years later, a creative map was released where he took you on a tour of the late night offices, and it's a little random. But if there's one celebrity the world is talking about right now, it's Prince Harry, and even he has a strong opinion on the game. Turns out he wants a ban because it's addictive. Speaking of addiction, Fortnite has been named as the reason for at least 200 divorces since 2018. I mean, talk about yikes. In that same year, Robert Downey Jr. made a random appearance in public wearing a Fortnite t-shirt. And guess what? He's also in Korea. I mean, what's happening? But even more surprising is that V-Bucks were originally going to be named Battle Bucks. And in Season X, we got actual cash in the game to promote the Borderlands collab. Not as creepy as a weird glitch that happened in 2019 when some players were alone in a party and they noticed their character started to smile. This didn't happen if a teammate were in the lobby, and to this day, no one knows why. Now, we have a lot to be thankful for, because Fortnite is the reason that crossplay exists after they forced PlayStation to change their policies. They also got Microsoft to make free-to-play games work without an Xbox Live subscription. Now, they had to change a lot of things when Fortnite released in China. The weirdest feature was the Mystique back bling, which is meant to be a golden skull, but it was turned into a ball. Now, of course, when something is extremely popular, people want to copy it. But in a trailer for a mobile game called Free Fire, they did more than copy. They stole skins from the game. You can see them in the crowd, and it was taken down so quick. Speaking of stealing, when the 2 Meowsa skin came out, the creator of Bendy and the Ink Machine was not happy about it. He accused Epic of stealing ink, and well, he got a lot of backlash for it. But when Fortnite actually does a crossover with companies, they do it like no other. The Star Wars Live event had a secret message from Palpatine, and this wasn't heard anywhere else. And in The Rise of Skywalker, the opening credits talked about this message, which makes Fortnite canon in the Star Wars universe. But now Epic wants to make a movie of their own. Recently, they opened up an entertainment division and are looking into it, but as far back as 2018, they asked Sony to make a Fortnite movie, and Sony rejected them. Epic just keeps messing up. During Fortnite Mares, they once had a quest that was supposed to give XP for landing at Fatal Fields and Haunted Hills, but for some reason, it gave out 350 battle stars instead. I mean, let's just say we're all very grateful. Epic is also making appearances in schools and have created their own lesson plans for teachers to use. One of them is learning how science and physics works using Fortnite, and it's honestly pretty cool. Some people have been concerned about the game because of rumors that accuse Epic of spying on us. When House Party came to Fortnite, there were claims that it was spying on players, and the developers were so annoyed, they offered $1 million to anyone who could actually prove it. Of course, no one could, but the app eventually shut down anyway. What we can't prove is that Peely is as horrifying in real life as he is in game. There's officially licensed Halloween costumes, and they're pretty disturbing. But did you know that Fortnite is so old, it was Epic's first game in Unreal Engine 4, and now it's also their first game in Unreal Engine 5? But you gotta pay attention to a secret trailer, which originally showed a canceled collab in the background, and no one knows why. It was Kirby, but he was cut out when people noticed. To this day, Fortnite and Nintendo have never acknowledged it. Those were the 50 weirdest Fortnite facts. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.